You must be wondering, what am I doing with the car? Well, I'm here at Father and Son Restorations. These guys restore cars. In fact, they are the ones who restored the car of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. Interested? Let's go meet the guy who is responsible for restorations in Kolkata. Hi, this is Ishani, and with me is Mr. Pallab Roy. He's the owner of Father and Son Restorations. He does other work, but this is his passion, his love, other than the Chingri March. This is his second love. Is that Pallab da?
Yes, of course. Well, I happen to restore my ancestral palace, and my grandfather Raja Kamararanjan Roy used to stay at the palace in Cossimbazar. It has been our home for last 10 generations. And this is from where the passion of restoration has started. It was the restoration of the palace and also of the limousine that was once used by him there. And you can see this is a very interesting car. This is a 1947 Chevrolet Fleetmaster sports sedan, and it was owned by the Royal State of Bikaner.
Wow.
So last year I have been able to complete two major projects. One was a 1947 Pontiac, and this is the 1947 Chevrolet Fleetmaster. Both of the cars have won prizes. The Pontiac has won the Concours d'Elegance, whereas this has won the Best Restoration Award in the runners-up category.
This is a beauty. This is a beauty. So, Pallab da,
Yes.
I've seen this photo on your Facebook page.
Yes.
Tell us something about this. Like, what happened to the tire? And this is the engine, right?
Yes, as you can see here, this is a very interesting car. This is a 1951 Mercury, which was a high-end model built by the Ford, and it's a flathead V8. And this car was lying in a field, in a paddy field in Gujarat near Rajkot. So I picked it up, and I am sort of restoring it, and hopefully very soon I'll be able to complete it. The way that we restore is that this is a rolling chassis. You can see the body is being removed. It has been removed, and it is being treated separately. And here we have reinforced this chassis, and the engines and the mechanicals, they are all done. The tires have been imported from USA because unfortunately you can't buy the tires here. And you can see they are white wall tires.
Right.
So all of them are new.
And it's a big car.
It's a huge
It's
car.
a big car. It's like as big as a tractor. And it even has a small fan. Can I touch this?
Yes, of course. It's a cooling fan for the radiator.
Okay. Amazing. Should we move on to your other cars? The royal family has managed to be alive and still do such amazing stuff, buy cars, maintain this palace, maintain your palace in Cossimbazar. How does it feel?
It's a great challenge, and it's a very interesting project. All of them are very interesting. So there are two ways of looking at it. Either you like it or you don't like it. But in my case, I am absolutely fascinated by the restoration work. I enjoy my work.
I have many questions for you, Pallab da. So, normally Bangalira, you come from a royal family, royalty, Bengali. There are not too many people in Kolkata doing restorations, renovations. How did you get into it?
Well, to start with, my grandfather always liked his traditional home, his ancestral home, and his last words were that, come what may, and wherever you are, never forget Cossimbazar. Always come back there. So it's the passion of restoration. It's a sort of job for us that we do, and whatever we do, wherever we are, that is our base. That's our main focus, to restore the palace and all the beauties and all the treasures that were once there. So this car, as you can see here, was once in the beautiful Cossimbazar Palace.
Wow!
And it was the official use car by my grandfather.
Oh, it's apnar dadur gadi.
Yes.
He would use this?
Yes, it was his official use car.
And how do I pronounce this?
It is a Studebaker.
Studebaker.
It's an American car.
Studebaker. And it's a beauty. It's actually quite better looking than all the Miss Universes I've seen lately. Tell us something about this car, and then I want to hear the Netaji story.
So this is the car that was built in 1928 by Studebaker. It was the first 8-cylinder car that was developed by that was developed by Studebaker, and this was the most powerful car of that time because Studebaker wanted to showcase American engineering in India, because in India that was customary in those times to buy the English cars like Rolls Royces and other cars which were 6 cylinders, and they were maybe 34 or 40 horsepower or maybe a little bit more powerful. But Studebaker built the car which was 100 horses. So this car has got 100 horses, not bhp but horses, straight horsepower. And they wanted to showcase this car in front of the royalty, that look what American engineering is.
So buy from us now.
Yes, and that is the reason why this sent this special car to India. There were 2 cars which were sent. One was a tourer, and as you can see, this was the top of the line President 8 State Limousine.
President 8 State Limousine, Studebaker. I have to have a look at this thing. What do you call this?
This is called the mascot.
Mascot, okay.
It's something very interesting. This is a figurine of Atalanta. It's not Atlanta, it is Atalanta.
Atalanta,
So Atalanta is a sort of female version of Tarzan, and the story goes that she was the one who was brought up in the forest, and she was so powerful and she could run so fast that no man could outpace her.
Okay.
And the story goes that there were a lot of suitors, and she said, "I am going to marry the one who can
Catch me
who can
finally."
catch me or who can run me out." But nobody could do. And here you can see Atalanta. If you look from the front, this is the back side. If you look at the front from this side, Atalanta is leaping out from the ocean. This is ocean waves, and she has wings, and she is flying into the sky, and the water is flowing through her body.
Pallab, I have never been so impressed. I'm practically romancing your Studebaker. I love you.
This figurine was made by an artist called by the name of Karl Moss, and he was specially commissioned by Studebaker in 1928 to develop this figurine.
You are an encyclopedia. I will find more information. I don't think I will ever find any more information. Just anywhere else. I'm speechless.
Well, this car has history and stories and everything to say all around. So anything that you touch has a story to say.
You're tempting me to become a thief. You seriously are. Tell us something about this logo. Is this your family logo?
Yeah, it's called actually the coat of arms. When the person was awarded the title, in our case it was the title of Raja. And at that time this coat of arms would be used by the person, and it was a special title that was given only to him as a personal recognition. In our case, the recognition was for the benevolent work that was done by the family towards the subjects. It was not for any political alliance with the British.
Right. So I'm actually here with the Raja's family. I feel very excited. I have to open ROG Assads car door.
As you can see, the car has 2 divisions. This is the rear passenger compartment that we are able to see right now, and it has also got the front compartment, and they are separated by laminated glass, which is used in the limousine. And this is a 7-passenger limousine, and there are 2 foldable seats which can be folded down when not being used. If you look closely in front, near the B pillar, there's a telephone unit that is there. It's an intercom. Yes, it is an electrically operated intercom, and the passenger can use a handset and press the button and speak to the driver to tell him to go left or right. But unfortunately, the driver would not be able to reply back. It was a one-way communication.
So I always wanted to be a mechanic, but as you can see, I've been a failure in life. So battery hai ki nahi? I'm trying to.
That's why you are with me taking the interview.
Getting back to the Netaji story. Oi gaditar ki golpo chilo. You went to Netaji house. It's in the museum. Tell us something about that before we actually wrap up and call it a day. Pallab.
See, after I finished restoration of my grandfather's limousine, the CEO of Audi, he had come for some other reasons to visit our home. And when he saw this restoration of the Studebaker, he was very, very fascinated. And he said, "Mr. Roy, we've taken up a project, but we are not able to do it for the last 4 years. So if you could please help us out with that project." So for this purpose, he took me to Netaji Bhavan and introduced me to Professor Sugata Bose. And thereafter, I was the one who completed the restoration of the project of the Wanderer car, that is a great escape car. That's a car in which Subhash Chandra Bose made his great escape. And forever his name was changed from Subhash Bose to our beloved Netaji. So my son has also assisted me in this project. He is Shaurabh. And we have a team of 12 technicians that includes the tinsmiths, the body smiths, the upholsterers, the painters, the mechanics. And with the help of all my entire team, and in a very short span of 6 months, we were able to complete this project. And the President of India, Sri Pranab Mukherjee, had kindly inaugurated the car in January. And it has been a lifetime project and a lifetime achievement for us.
Wow, such great work. Netaji's Car, you've been one lucky man, and I think today I'm lucky that I get a chance to interview you. Pallab, I have some little question. We're here at your workshop, recreating history. You're not just recreating history, but you also create new things out of old cars. Old cars now, old queens. How do you manage to do that? Spare parts, the works, running them, brishti shomai, rats. It's crazy. How do you handle everything other than your work?
See, basically the idea is to restore the automobiles to the standard, just as they left the workshop or the factory or the showroom in those days. So we cannot over-restore or under-restore. We have to just bring them back to the time and this position in which they left the showroom. So as you can see, there are a lot of projects that we are doing here. This is an Ambassador Mark I. So incidentally, now people have started collecting this because it is now felt that they are part of the Indian heritage.
Wow, Indian. And what's the history of this car?
Well, I cannot disclose the name of the owner, but I can assure you that it is from a royal state, and the owner is a descendant of the Raja, and this is his family car, and he wants me to do it up. So that is what I am doing exactly. As you see, most of the body panels were damaged, but now in a course of about 1 month, we have been able to do a lot of work on the body. And after we finish that in another 1.5 months or 2 months, we'll start the painting process.
Okay. We've finally reached the workplace, workshop rather, jekhane all the cars are painted. It's just like a Miss Universe contest. This is like the backstage, makeup, denting and painting, shop hocche. Righto?
As you can see, there are a lot of parts here. The way that we restore is that we strip the cars, and in many cases we separate the body and the chassis. And here you can see the dashboard that has been partly painted. It belongs to the 1951 Mercury, which is just behind you. The body is being painted, it has been restored, and once it is the painting is completed, we will put it back on the chassis that you have seen with the green engine. So that is the car, it will be completed. And there are lots of parts. It's not only the body, it's the engine shop, it's a mini lathe shop, and it's a tinsmith's workshop, it's a paint shop. Everything all put together under one roof.
This is like a mechanic's paradise. I feel like stealing few paint. I don't know why. I feel like just stealing some and taking. So we're gonna just move on and just have a surprise for you. Wait and watch. Pallab, thank you so much for having me around. I had a marvelous...
It was a pleasure for me as well.
See, even the kings say that I'm good, Kolkata. Follow me on the surprise that I was talking about. Tan 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 tan. This smells heavenly. How do you maintain this car, Pallab? This is beauty.
You know, there's something, it's a secret that I'm going to share with you now. You see this beautiful fragrance, Little Forest Royal Pine hanging. This is also a period perfume card.
Okay.
And the perfume was developed in those days, and it used to be a small piece of wood that was soaked in this kind of pine oil to give you the beautiful fragrance, quite similar to what we are able to enjoy now.
बड़े लोग बड़े बड़े बातें. Bye. Pallab, a big bye for Kolkata.
Bye. See you soon. Bye bye.